Yo, 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 what's going on? What's going on? What's going
What
on,
is
everybody?
the deal? What's up, King? What is
Man,
going
it's a
on,
lot to
man?
talk about, JC. It's a lot to talk about, man. But first and foremost, man, if you're watching on my channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on this. If you're watching on JC channel, do the same. Like, comment, subscribe, ding the bell for notifications because we do this every Wednesday
Yes,
at
sir.
7-ish, 7-ish. But a little bit tardy today, but it is what it is, man. But this is my co-host.
Yes, sir. Hey, let's get it, man. Hey, you already know who this is, man. If you're watching, what is going on, Grandizer? What is going on, Ted? What's up? Thank you for tuning in. Hey, this is the weekly showdown on Wednesday. Just like Grandizer say, get the low down on the showdown. That's what I'm talking about. Where we're talking about Eagles, Nets, Sixers, NFL, whatever. But so far, we've been so focused on the NFL because it's football season, folks. That's what it is. It's football season. If something hot is happening in the NBA, we will let y'all know. But until then, it is football season. It's Eagle season.
It's kind of something is little moist, with the KD guy. But we get on that another time, man. But we need to talk about these Eagles, man. First things first, man. I do want to get into this joint practice that we had today.
Yeah.
So, in your opinion, how do you think that we should be reacting to what occurred today?
Joint practice was a little spicy today, a little hot. The heat brings, the worst out of people, basically. People get into fights, people going down. Even Miami players, their tight end was going down a couple times. He was feeling the heat. The heat was, out there. The Miami Heat ain't no joke. But as far as the whole practice goes, look, I'm not overreacting to anything. First of all, you said it. It's practice. It's practice. And I guarantee you that 99.9 of the defensive plays that they ran today, probably they're not going to run again. You know what I mean? Like, in the regular season against different opponents. But I'm not overreacting to joint practice. Yes, I know that Nick Sirianni was 6-0 in joint practice. He lost one, folks. Oh, my God. Fire Nick. Fire. Get him out of here. You know what I mean? So I'm not overreacting to anything. I mean, you're talking about practice, man. You know what I mean? Practice. So, yes, I'm glad they went against a team with speed, a good defense. So now you at least see, okay, well, last week we was dominating the Browns, and this week it's kind of a toss-up, like a starting quarterback, some Waddle, freaking Tyreek Hill was burning everybody. This dude cannot be stopped. But I know we're going to talk about the Slay stuff later. So I'm not overreacting to joint practice at all. I'm glad that they are facing a team this talented. At least now we could, this is all for tape, game tape, practice tape. You put it on tape. You say, you know what? Remember that joint practice against the Dolphins? Let's pull that tape up. Let's see how fast, because we're about to face a guy almost as fast as Tyreek Hill. Let's pull that tape out and let's see why we couldn't stop him. You know what I mean? So I'm glad this whole thing is happening. Overreaction, no brainer. I ain't doing it. I ain't going there.
All right, so I had time to ponder about this or whatever like that, and I'm not going to overreact on anything that we're going to talk about today. Not overreacting on this practice at all. Everybody was saying it was hot as hell in Florida. That Florida heat is different. That could cause a lot of cramps. That could cause a lot of everything, especially if you're dehydrated. 1, 2. It was a lot of tweets on Twitter basically just saying that Tyreek Hill was like cooking us. He was cooking us, man. And I get it because
in videos,
right? We seen the videos, man. But it took. I'll get into that later. But anyway, Tyreek Hill was cooking us. We've seen the video him against Slay. We also heard about the tussles that was basically going on. Cam Jerkins started one.
Barnett, I heard Barnett.
Yeah, they were like Derek Barnett's just being Derek Barnett, basically just starting stuff. Landon Dickerson also, him. So it was just a lot going on. It was spicy today. That defense is not to be played with, honestly, man. They was like they were tough. They were a tough defense last year. So I already knew what we were going to get into, but I didn't think that it would be such a hard task to stop their speed. Um, but hey, we had injuries because uh, who was it? Uh, Bradbury was limited, and
Yep.
then Slay got hurt. So, like I'm saying, it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, I'm not worried about it. I really believe that the starters is not going to play this game anyway, but we need them to really bounce back just tomorrow, basically the next joint practice tomorrow. They need to bounce back hard on that. Pause. But yeah, they need to.
Yeah, I'm not even worried about it. I mean, even if we do happen to lose again tomorrow, who cares? Like, to me, it's practice. You get better. That's it. Like, and you get better with time. You know, they are the Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 99.9%, 100% of the time, you're not going to stop him one-on-one. Especially, you're not going to stop him trying to play man up that close, like within 2 inches away from him. Good luck. You know what I mean? Yo, just like, he is Devontae Smith, but he is faster. Devontae Smith is so smooth off the line, like quick, and he gone. So imagine you trying to stop a dude like that, and you don't know which way he going. Like, man, he giving a shimmy at the line, and then he takes off. I mean, look, it is what it is. And the matchup I saw with Slay, to me, was a good matchup. You know what I mean? It wasn't what everybody thought, saying it was. He got burnt. No, he did not. But we're going to talk about Slay. But look, this was a good test for the Philadelphia Eagles. I even tweeted out early. This is a great test for the Eagles defense. Now, Jonathan Gannon got something on tape to look over in case we do, like tomorrow, but just in case we do face, them down the road, maybe, or another team with that type of, receiver, maybe the Dallas Cowboys, a CeeDee Lamb. And you see how all offseason he's been practicing the exact same thing. Like, man, trying to shake off the line and take off. Like, you're not going to be able to play man up on that type of speed. That's not, you know what I mean? Like, it could happen, but you got to be very, very smart with it. Like, as soon as you do this, hey, back up, go. Like, hey, you better start backpedaling. You know what I mean? So I like the matchup, just like Green Dizer said. Hey, this is a great, great, great matchup. I think he said it earlier. The Eagles are a great test for the Fins. Eagles got improved defense, mobile quarterback, tough O-line. And that's the exact same thing on the other side. The Dolphins have an improved backfield, some good receivers. You know what I mean? Wilson, Waddle, Hill. Their tight end is as good, almost as good as Goddard. A good defense with Xavier Howard and Byron Jones. So they do have a tough defense. So this is like a even team. Like, both teams are the exact same team, including the damn quarterback. Both got question marks. You know what I mean? They both say, hey, they're both from Alabama. Like, they both are expected to take their team to the next level this year, or they, guess what? They're both out of there. So this team is so evenly matched. Dolphins got round one. We'll see how the Eagles responds back tomorrow, with the second joint practice.
Yeah, but they were saying also, to piggyback what you said, they were in a post-practice interview, they were basically saying the same thing. They were saying that this is a good test for us. We're going to learn. We're going to look at the tapes. And, it's a learning process. It's practice at the end of the day. A lot of people are viewing it as, oh, they're not good enough and things like that. Whereas, though, it's practice. They're trying stuff out. 1, 2, it's a lot going on within these practices that we don't know about. We're just reading tweets and everything because they're not really showing too much videos until afterwards. That's
and the tweets be like, you be having one reporter say, Devontae Smith had a great catch. Another reporter say the ball was underthrown, but Devontae Smith called it. And then you got, like, these reporters, like, I don't know what the hell they're looking at, but it's 10 reporters with 10 different freaking ways to phrase what they are looking out there. You know what I mean? I wish I was out there myself, but I'm not. But it's practice. Like, my biggest thing was holding my breath all day. No injuries, because especially in the heat, people could get cramped up very easy, dehydrated very easy. Anything could happen, especially Miami is used to this. This is home field advantage for them. Now, I mean, that's what they practice every day. You know what I mean? Philly is not that hot. So now they got to go over there to Miami. And then they've been on the road for, 2 weeks? I mean, back to back, the Browns and then Miami. So a lot of things can happen. But shout out to Swoop Boys, Grandizer, 8K. Man, shout out to everybody that's watching.
Shout out to all y'all, man, for showing us love on this Wednesday. It's in the 90s. I am like a little pissed off about the practice, but it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, it's all learning.
Why you pissed off for?
Because, like, I'm a Slay guy.
Practice, King.
I'm a
I understand.
He's
used to that heat too. Yeah, and I dish it out too, Grandizer.
No, but it's just Slay, man. That's my guy, and I didn't want him to get cooked like that. Like I seen.
He didn't get cooked.
No, what they were saying. I know what really
saw
happened.
The video, right?
I know what really happened. So let's go to the next subject.
Okay, bring it up.
Darius Slay's injury. How worried are you about this injury?
Well, first of all, like I need somebody to come out and say what happened. Is he really injured? I mean, did they pull him out just for make sure that he didn't tweak whatever he did worse, make it worse? But I don't know what the injury is. So, like when I watched the video, like I saw that he was covering, like he was barely trailing, right? It's all right, sir. Damn. Who, me or Green? Or King?
It was me.
Oh, it was you. But like the video, to me, your Slay was there with Hill. The ball was underthrown, so Tyreek slowed down a little bit, and then Slay ran in back of his heel, and then all of a sudden, like he kind of like tripped and pulled and held his hammies at the same time. So I don't know what the injury is. So I don't know how to feel about it. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, nobody came out and said, hey, he got injured. It was a quad, a groin, a hammy. We don't know. So right now, we're just assuming that Slay is injured. That's what we're assuming. Yes, he went out there the following play, but then they took him out. Who knows for what? But I don't know what the injury is, so I'm not going to overreact to the injury until I finally hear about the injury, maybe tomorrow. But right now, look, Slay did a good job. He did not get cooked like Diggs did. Like, I mean, it wasn't a 5-yard separation. Like, if he didn't trip over Tyreek Hill, his cleats, it was going to be a batted ball, like something, but it wasn't going to be completed. Like, you could see what was going to happen,
So
yeah, it could be a cramp. Exactly. It could be a cramp.
That's what I don't know. Too. I think it was a cramp, but at the same time, what happened was he got hurt on the play. He was step for step with Tyreek Hill, and then Tyreek Hill actually had to slow down because the ball was kind of underthrown by Tua, which he had to go back and catch. Slay turned his head late, I believe, and then he trips because he runs into Tyreek Hill, who catches the ball. He stumbles and everything like that. He goes to the sideline. After he goes to the sideline, he comes for, I guess, a play or whatever. He comes back, and he was still with Tyreek Hill. He had to do a triple move to get out of Slay's hair so he can actually basically catch the ball again, basically. And Slay was like, I got some discomfort. That's when he went back out. So I just hope that it's just cramps or just discomfort. And if he's out tomorrow, then I'm not going to really worry about it because we still got that time before
18 days. 18 days.
So
we got 18 days.
So I'm not really worried about it. Overall, I think that Slay will be all right, even if he has to sit out week 1. If it comes to that, we'll be all right. We'll be good.
Well, first we got to find out what the injury is, if he even is injured. I mean, it could have been a cramp. The heat might. I mean, a lot of things might have went have been wrong, but we have to find out what is the injury. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know if he's injured or not. So I'm not even going to say if he's out week 1, week 2. So I need to know tomorrow what happened and then go from there.
I think that we'll probably find out tomorrow because you got to, because it's a practice. There's another joint practice, so you got to know if he's going to be on the injury list or something like that. 1, 2. Grandizer, yeah, Slay should be practicing because we need everybody on deck. Like, just like N'Kobe Dean and a couple other guys said that we are one team. We one team. A lot of the reporters were asking everybody that talked at the post practice interviews. Hey, who's gonna kill it this year? And now that it was like the whole team is gonna kill it. Everybody said the same
Quez
thing.
Watkins said that. Yeah.
It's not just on one person. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get into that too, Grandizer. We're gonna get into this too. But overall, I just think Slade's injury is just precaution. I think it's just precaution. Just like James Bradbury. James Bradbury had a groin injury. They're trying to like ease him back into getting reps, and then also they didn't really ease.
Did he practice today?
Yeah, it was limited though. It was real limited. It was real limited, and then he got pulled out. That's why we had our backup cornerbacks, and yeah, you see what happened. You know, they were running amok on us. They were really just going in.
But we did the same thing to them. Like,
I know.
The thing is, the Eagles wide receiver Devontae Smith, AJ Brown was cooking Dolphins all day. You know what I mean? They were cooking Dolphins all day. The difference is we saw the video of Slay getting injured first before AJ Brown video came out, before Smitty video came out. But the Eagle wide receivers was eating. Xavier Howard is one of the top 3 DBs out there. And AJ Brown was making this dude look like a freaking top one, like the 100 DB out there. You know what I mean? So AJ Brown was catching everything on him. You know, Smitty. So it go both ways. It went both ways, but I still like the Eagles offense against any defense, period.
Right. And I think that too, just going off of what you just said last, Jalen Hurts was actually like dishing the ball out, you know, from what I read from ESP or other people that was there. They were basically saying the same thing, that he was dishing the ball out and getting it out quickly because their O-line didn't stand a chance.
Yeah.
Against the Dolphins. So basically, long story short, all we got to do is do what we've been doing and also just allow Jalen Hurts to make that right decision, because he's been throwing he's been throwing accurately to the point where it's questionable about what people are saying about him, and I'll get on that a little bit later. But back to Darius Slay, I think Darius Slay will be all right. He'd be all right. You know,
we just gotta wait and see. You know what I mean? Wait and see before I even say anything about the injury. Like, I don't know what it is. So I'm not going to say he will be all right. Hey, it might be something different. I like the way he kind of slipped with his left foot. Like, you know, he kind of tripped with his left foot and grabbed his right hammy at the same time. So I don't know what it was. Like, he just one of those, like, but we'll just have to wait and see. They said Xavier Howard was not covering AJ Brown. I heard he was. I mean, there was a tweet that said that.
In the beginning, he was. In the beginning, he was. Yep. And that catch, man, it was a catch that he got. He took
which one? Yeah, like 20 catches. Like AJ Brown was taking all day.
And don't let me get started on Devontae Smith.
Yeah, Devontae Smith too.
He was looking. He was looking, and it was a ball that was underthrown by Hurts, but he went up and he grabbed it. He got the 50-50 ball from I think it was Nealon or somebody else on the Dolphins squad, and he looked down on him, like, because he caught it right over him, and he looked down. I seen the video. I'm like, yo, we were cooking them too.
Yeah.
But see, national media won't talk about that, and then also the
But
people
it's
that
not the
was there.
national media. It's the Philadelphia Eagles because like the Philadelphia Eagles do not want a lot of tape out there. You know what I mean? That's the difference. Like the media, like the Eagle media is like, hey, do not record. Like they tell them, hey, don't record certain stuff. So they want to like their whole freaking tape out there. Why? So, but because the Dolphins, reporter posted this video, and now you see the Philadelphia Eagles posting videos of AJ Brown winning his 101, Devontae Smith winning his 101. Goddard even was in the mix. So, but we didn't see no video of that. But it is what it is, man. Like, I'm not worried about it. Get started on
Devontae Smith, as I should, Grandizer. So listen, Devontae Smith's footwork is impeccable, and I don't think nobody can keep up with him. Number one. Number two, he's probably one of the best, if not the best, toe tap, as my bro JC called him, toe tap.
Yeah, toe tap king.
He's one of the best doing that, and he's just an elite wide receiver, man. Already in his second year, man. He's already an elite wide receiver. He's wide receiver 1B, 1. 2, he's basically just catching. He basically caught almost everything today, and that wasn't seen. And I want to give a shout out to AJ Brown for tweeting what he tweeted, because I think that made the Eagles actually step up and start putting out stuff.
Yeah, yes.
Putting out stuff, because we weren't doing that. And then soon as like, well, show us cooking y'all, and then it was a video of him. Then it was a video of Devontae Smith cooking whoever. And then it was like, all right, now it's even. It's even. It wasn't just Tyreek Hill, but that was the biggest draw. So people ran with that. You know what I'm saying? So, it was just one of those things where as though that Devontae Smith had his day. AJ Brown had his day. He threw some passes to Dallas Goedert, even though he dropped one. I get on Zach Pascal later, but he was hooping today too. He was going off today also. So, but I do want to get on something that I read on Twitter, and that's concerning our guy, Jalen Hurts. Basically, they were saying Jalen Hurts was having a bad day because he didn't score a touchdown. It was one play to Devontae Smith that he had him open for a touchdown, and he underthrew him. Also, it was a play to Gainwell that hit his foot, and then it bounced up, and then he actually caught it to do yards after catch. So they blamed that on Jalen Hurts as well. ESP gave him a C- to a C+ to a B-. What do you think about those stats that I got up there? 22 for 27, 0 touchdowns. Is that a good day or a bad day for you?
Well, before I touch on that, I gotta say, the Philadelphia Eagles are lucky to have AJ Brown on this team. Mm-hmm. Like AJ Brown is one of those athletes that, like, he was built, like he was born to play in the city of brotherly love. The way he protect his players, the way he is that alpha dude that we needed. He's that TO, but at a young stage TO. Like TO wasn't TO until he caught that touchdown, I believe, against the Green Bay Packers, when he caught the touchdown, like between two guys, he got hit. They won the game. He went from Terrell Owens to T.O. that day.
Right. Yep.
So A.J. Brown is that dude that we've been missing. The whole team is taking A.J. Brown personality. So for him to come out and say, hey, we cooked them too now. Hey, don't be talking about my guy when we was doing the exact same thing to them. That's telling me that, he's active on social media, number one.
Yeah.
And he actually responds to fans too, by the way. Yeah, I like the fact that he go back and forth with these other team fans. And, he ain't taking no shit from anybody. Excuse my French. But I love AJ Brown on this team, man. I'm telling you, this team is the whole, like, from Lane Johnson, from Kelsey, from Lyndon Dickinson, everybody is more physical, more mean this year because of AJ Brown. It starts with him. He is the leader. haven't played a real game in a Philadelphia Eagle uniform, and he already is a leader on this team. So, but hey, let's go to Jalen Hurts, right? So Jalen Hurts, all right. So Safid Dean, right? He's a Miami Dolphins beat reporter. He wrote this on Twitter.
Okay.
All right. So quarterback Jalen Hurts with 2 nice completions and 7-on-7 to wide receiver Jalen Reagor and AJ Brown. Hurts certainly looked a lot stronger this preseason, delivering passes with a lot of power. So that is coming from not a Philadelphia Eagle beat writer. That is coming from an outside party watching Jalen Hurts do his thing. So 22-27 to me, 1 is practice. All right. 2, the touchdown thing doesn't matter to me. How efficient was he? 22 for 27, only missing 5 incompletions. Yo, that's pretty good to me because, hey, you know why? Because he completing the pass, guess what? Now your running backs, it could get, more yards. If your running back is scoring the touchdowns, look, I don't care. I really don't care. I need Jalen Hurts to lead this team and not try to win the MVP. He like whatever it takes. Some games will be like that. Like 22 for 27, no touchdowns, but guess what? We won. Miles Sanders had a touchdown. Gainwell had one. Boston Scott had one. The defense had one. But we still won because guess what? Jalen Hurts was completing passes on third downs, was getting us first down with his legs. So I'm not worried about that. That is a good day. Now, if it was 1 for 27, 5 for 27, 10 for 27, we're going to have to talk about something.
Right.
But 22 out of 27, hey, I take that all day.
I don't see this as a bad day from Jalen Hurts. I see this as a good thing. Why? Because the O-line stunk today. They did get a good pancake, which started the tussle. But besides that point, I guess it woke up the D-line of the Miami Dolphins because that's when they start getting the best of us. 1, 2. It made Jalen Hurts make quicker decisions, and it helped him out a lot against that Miami Dolphins defense. 3, like you said, he only had 5 incompletions, and this is practice. Points don't really matter at practice. You want to get the fundamentals down pat. 1, 2, the accuracy on the ball to your guys and spreading the ball out. And that's what he did all day. And, people, like you said, the Miami Dolphins beat reporter, and then also some Eagles content creators and people that were at the practice, they were basically saying the same thing. They were saying that he's dishing the ball out. He's making his reads. He's doing everything right. For ESP to sit up there and say, oh, he's not really on point, I'm giving him a C+. You've been hard. He's been hard on Jalen Hurts the whole time he's been here. So for him to say that, it's just like I can't even take what he says with a grain of salt anymore. I gotta hear it from multiple sources before I see that as a fact. You know what I'm saying? So overall, I think Jalen Hurts didn't have a bad day. Just because he missed Devontae Smith down the field doesn't mean that, he got a lot to work on. No. Y'all quick to sit up there and judge this guy for not scoring and not doing that, or even just running the ball, not throwing the ball, because national media has everybody tricked that, he has a noodle arm, or he got this or whatever like that. But he's been killing it in practice. He's been killing it this training camp. He's been killing it this offseason. And y'all got to give props when props is due. Everybody's quiet when he has the 6 touchdowns. Everybody's quiet when he's sitting up there making the right reads and all that. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as he do bad, it's news report. Is the Eagles still favored to win the NFC East? It's because they got Jalen Hurts. That's what they're going to run with. That's the storyline. I mean, that's the storyline. So, they're going to sit up there and try to bring and will people in. Like, our nemesis, Dallas Cowboys fans. They're gonna eat that up. And then, we got to sit up there and, that's our guy. That's whatever like that. But at the end of the day, Jalen Hurts had a great day. And I think that it will be better tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, well said. I mean, like I said, like to me, 22 out of 27. Yes, sir. Haitian. So, look, Jalen Hurts, look, we'll be fine. I'm not worried about Jalen Hurts. I mean, this camp has been a great camp for Jalen Hurts. Beautiful camp. I believe that he's ready right now to start the season today. If the season will start today, I'll be comfortable saying, okay, let's get it. I mean, just line up anybody. I feel like that the Philadelphia Eagle offense is going to be scary. Like these wide receivers we have is going to be scary. The running back situation, a little bit muddy, but we still will be fine because we have the best offensive line in the NFL. That means that you could put anybody back there, we're gonna run the ball. So
I want to answer Eagle man. So yeah. Shane Steichen actually came out and said that if we take away his superpower, which is being a dual threat, in this league, and just make him a strictly pocket passer, as you said, then we're limited him, and that's not giving him that advantage to actually go out and show out and prove that he's elite in this. He's a starting quarterback in this league. You know what I'm saying? So you got to give him that opportunity to sit up there and know when to scramble, and know when to throw the ball away, and know when he has someone open and he's looking at his reads and everything like that. So yeah, I'm happy that you said that. But Jalen Hurts is not one of these guys that is going to sit in the pocket and everybody's like, pass the ball. Man, when we went to that open practice, so many people screamed that, pass the ball. Why are you running? And I'm like, he's running because the left side of the offensive line was hurt. So he's playing with second string to the point where they're not getting over on our defensive line. So yeah, he's going to have to make a move, period. And he was making positive yards, even though I think that scramble, I still think that scramble was a touchdown, but they took it back. They didn't give him the full points. So I think that Hurts can be successful playing his own game.
Yeah,
I really do. I think that Hurts can play his game and be successful, get us to the playoffs, and then we go from there. If we make it to the playoffs again with Hurts, put me down as the number one Eagles content creator to say that man deserves an extension. He deserves to be the Eagles quarterback next year.
Well, just the playoffs? You just said it. You just said if you get to the playoffs with him, we got to win because we made the playoffs last year.
I understand that, but I'm banking. No. I'm not saying like a wild card or that. He got to win a division also. So he got to win a division, make it to the playoffs, and he has to have at least a little bit more yards.
I believe that he needs to win a game. He needs to win a playoff game because we made it to the playoffs last year with the worst team. So how we have a better team and end up with the same results? You know what I mean? So, and this is your second year in the system. I mean, you're fighting for your job. I'm speaking as Howie Roseman, all right? So I'm not speaking as myself right now.
Right.
If I'm looking at this team that I put around Jalen Hurts, a good offensive line, a good defense, some weapons, I don't need the same results as last year, a first-round exit. I need you to win at least one playoff game. Then I could build off of that. Then I could go into the draft. Instead of drafting a quarterback, I could draft a safety to replace maybe Anthony Harris. You know what I mean? Because he's also on a 1-year deal. Or get another number one corner, maybe a James Bradbury. He might want to walk. You know what I mean? So we have other areas. If Jalen Hurts is the guy, the Philadelphia Eagles got 2 first-round draft picks, regardless what happens. Right? If the Saints are successful, okay, boom, we still got a first-round pick. And then we still got our own. We have 2 first-round picks next year. That's what people don't understand. Right. We want Jalen Hurts to succeed. Everybody, haters or not, if you hate on Jalen Hurts and you're a Carson Wentz lover, it doesn't matter. You should be a Philadelphia Eagle fan first before you a certain person fan. All right, so you should want Jalen Hurts to succeed because now we got 2 first-round picks next year, 2 second, and now guess what? He's the guy. And now you could get a number one safety, a number one corner. Now you could just start building because our offense to me is set. Maybe you might get a second round running back. So now you really are set. So you want Jalen Hurts to be the guy. If he's not the guy, those 2 number 1 pick, those those 2 number 2s, they might become 1 draft pick for a quarterback because it's going to cost us that much to move up. So I don't want the same results as last year. I believe if Jalen Hurts win 1 playoff game, he will get an extension between 30 to 40 million. I don't think it's going to go past 40 million, but I believe it's going to be between 30 to 40 million. And Jalen Hurts, even, he might say, hey, you know what? Hey, I don't want a $50 million contract a year. I need to win. He wants to win. Like, Jalen Hurts is all about winning. It's all about the team. Like, you know what I mean? So it's all about the team. So 30 to 40 million dollars, and now you could build around him. He'll take that all day. No, don't say that, sir. And what did I say, Curly? What did I say? All I said, I'm Howie Roseman watching Hurts. I don't want the same results as last year.
No, you don't. You don't. And like I say all the time, Hurts is our guy. We want him to succeed, like you said, and everything like that. But at the end of the day, we're Eagles fans, and we want the best guys in there that's going to produce wins and also another Super Bowl for us. At the end of the day, it's nothing like that. We could criticize him all we want. We could criticize any player on this team, really. But at the end of the day, we're Eagles fans, and we want the best players in there to be able to get us these wins, get us the NFC East title, get us to the playoffs and win the game or win multiple games to the point where we're in the Super Bowl and we're having a different talk. And you're going to hear me go off. So that's what I want from Jalen Hurts. I want Jalen Hurts to shut up all the critics. I want Jalen Hurts to sit up there and pass the ball and not just rely on his legs. Also, I want him to just be himself, just be comfortable, just going out there, be the leader that you are. You got the whole team, 52 men behind you, plus the coaches and everything like that. You want that. So you got to go out there and have it. You got to go out there and take that and, lead us to some games, because there's going to be some games out there where teams is going to dare you to beat them. And
I mean, look, Hurts is a guy. I mean, I truly believe, strongly believe, like, if you give me a lie detector test right now and say, do you believe Hurts is a guy? I say yes, and I will pass, because I truly believe that Jalen Hurts is that guy. He's that leader. Just like I said, AJ Brown was the wide receiver we needed, that guy we needed in Philly. He's that quarterback we need. Like, he's that alpha male, like nothing really fazed him because he grew up being a son of a coach and being coached hard. So he expect perfection from himself. He told Nick Sirianni last year, I want you to coach me hard. Yell at me. Tell me when I'm doing something wrong. Don't try to sugarcoat crap, because he could take it. So when was the last time you heard a Philly quarterback say, oh, yell at me, and without being in their feelings? Like, I'm telling you, he's built for this situation. He is built for Philly, and I pray to God that this dude have a great season and be the Philadelphia Eagle quarterback for a long time to come, man.
And he also in the community heavy.
Yes.
Heavy. And you don't get people like that that's actually like just taking on the Philadelphia demeanor and doing what he says and meaning what he says, and then going forth on off the field and on the field.
Facts.
He took us to the playoffs. Yeah, we went 9-8, but of course, we're expecting more this year. At the end of the day, Jalen Hurts is going to be our quarterback next year. I'm booking it right now, because I think that. Well, I know. I'm not going to say I think. I know that he's going to have more yards. I know he's going to have more touchdowns. I think he's going to alleviate some of the mistakes he made in the first year that he started, whereas though he was forcing a lot of throws and things like that. I think that he's going to start throwing the ball away, because I've seen that on Twitter too, that he knows when to get rid of the ball. He knows when to do certain things to live another down. And this is what I wanted him to do. I said this right after the draft. I want him to live another down because we can't afford for him to get injured because we got Minshew back there. And Minshew been having a horrible training camp. He had a decent preseason game on what? I forgot what day that was, but against
last Sunday. Yeah, against the Browns.
Yeah. And
but see, I think Minshew plays better in the game than practice because with practice, he's going. Man, he has with him. Like I don't know why he stinks up in training camp because his whole training camp Minshew stink, and then he get into the game. He played pretty well. So is he just bored? And then when he gets into the game because he wants to be a starter and he put on a show for other teams to, really take a look at him and possibly give him another chance maybe next year. Because, look, I'm telling you right now, Minshew is on his last year. Right. So Howie Roseman, if Howie is smart, midway through the season, maybe if things start rolling and we have another backup quarterback, I would put Minshew on the trade block. Because you're about to lose him for nothing. Yeah. He's going to walk because he wants to start. So why not just start thinking about, okay, let me start grooming a backup quarterback. Carson Strong, he's not it right now. Senate, is he it? I don't know. Do you have to bring somebody in because you got Minshew on the trade block? You know what I mean? But Howie Roseman is good with backup quarterbacks, but I do not see Minshew walking for nothing. If I know Howie, Minshew will be traded before he walks away for nothing.
Right. And I think that Minshew would probably be traded. I don't think he's going to start in the NFL, though. I don't know. Anything
he's good enough.
I'm saying anything possible.
He's better than Drew Lock and Geno Smith right now. He's better than the Seahawks, both quarterbacks combined. Yeah. Minshew is better. Okay. So, give me like 2 minutes and to think about some. He's better than Daniel Jones. He's better than Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
Because overall, Minshew is one of those guys. He was stuck behind a Jacksonville Jaguar bum-ass team, and he was forced to kind of try to do something. And he didn't have, the protection he needed, the defense he needed. And now the Jags are starting to build around, the young quarterback. But when Minshew was there, I mean, he played pretty well. So he could start in the NFL. All right. So
Grandizer, I'm not ignoring your question. So I do think that he could be good, not as good as McNabb, and definitely not as good as Randall Cunningham.
I think he'll be better than McNabb. I think that Jalen Hurts could be better than Donovan McNabb.
If he does what?
Okay. First of all, he could run way better than Donovan McNabb.
Yeah, because they're more athletic. Yeah.
Okay. And Donovan McNabb, throughout his whole career, was what? He's inaccurate, right? He's throwing the ball low. He's, he didn't throw the ball for, a lot of times the wide receiver could catch and start, and run. So if Jalen Hurts improved on passing little bit by little bit, he already got the legs. He already, broke, the Eagles a quarterback touchdown record for the season. So he set that. So I mean, he's already, to me, he could be not right now, but he could be better than McNabb because he has better weapons than McNabb ever did. Also. McNabb never had weapons besides T.O. That 1 year he had T.O. went to a Super Bowl, but he had to do a lot by himself. But now you surround Hurts with talent, and he still has, and he's still young, and he still have his legs, and now he's getting better at throwing. McNabb, he could be better than McNabb in my opinion.
So I think that you have that hopes that he couldn't get to that level, but Don McNabb was going to NFC championships and everything like that, so I can't put him there yet.
That's why. But also he had a Jim Johnson defense too. He had a Jim Johnson defense. The Philadelphia Eagles was a top 3, top 5 defense every year that McNabb was there, basically when Jim Johnson was there.
Yeah, and on top of that, he did have like Deuce. He had Buckalter. He had Westbrook. He had some guys that was helping him out too. Yards after catch
but no wide receivers though. But he's a quarterback.
Not really, because he had James Thrash, Todd Pinkston,
Freddie Mitchell, Greg Lewis.
Yeah.
Like who?
But going off of what you said, because I'm trying to play advocate real quick. Going off of what you said that Jalen Hurts has better talent, do you think the talent made him better, or do you think that Jalen Hurts made the talent better?
Well, Jalen Hurts went to a better college than McNabb, but also he went to a tougher conference than McNabb. McNabb went to Syracuse. You know what I mean? Yeah. Jalen Hurts played at the highest level in college and won, and then he went to Oklahoma and was the Heisman runner-up. Was McNabb ever a Heisman runner-up? So I'm telling you this, because the game has changed so much that now McNabb, Dante Culpepper, Michael Vick was like, what is going on? Black African-American quarterbacks that are running? Is this what the league is about to turn into? And now it is the league. That is the league now. And now you built around these guys. Like you don't try to suppress their talent. Man, you try to elevate these guys now. So, yes, he has the opportunity to be better because he's going to start earlier with talent, with the play calling, and try to use his skill set instead of just, he had Deshaun Jackson. He did have Deshaun Jackson for a few years, but I mean, Deshaun Jackson was not no TO. Like Deshaun Jackson had two real traits: burner and gadget. Like who exactly? I don't know. But Deshaun Jackson, he's too small to go to the middle. Like he was a speedster, and he was a wide receiver screen, a reverse, a sweep, but he wasn't a physical wide receiver like a T.O. That's why when we had T.O., McNabb went to the Super Bowl.
Right.
When we had T.O., like T.O. was winning his one-on-one matchup. We have not had a wide receiver that could win off the line of scrimmage a one-on-one matchup since T.O. And now we got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go.
But the everybody's question that's against the Eagles or just don't like Jalen Hurts is who's throwing them the ball. We know we got talent on the outside, but I'm like, y'all gotta give this man a chance, man. Like he's in his third season, his first time since high school, having the same coaching staff, things like that. You gotta give this man a chance to develop because it's not going to happen overnight. 1, 2, yes, we would like for it to happen this year, but I'm not mad if it's just a tad bit better than what he did last year. If we're winning games, if we're doing that 12-5 or 11-6, I'm mad at it at all. If he's winning us ball games and things like that, and getting us a position to kick field goals or whatever like that, hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for it because next year it gives him a better opportunity to do better. It gives him like, okay, I know the ropes with my guys and all that. Bring most of those guys back, and we can have a ball in Philadelphia. So, but I want to get on Zach Pascal, man, because Zach Pascal had a hell of a training camp today, and I just want to know, was this an underrated pick? I want to know because you did tweet this. I did get it from you, so I'm gonna shout you out. I want to know if he's underrated and why. And do you think that he could be bumped up to the third wide receiver, or is that Quez Watkins spot?
All right. So, hey, look. First off, if you're not following me on Twitter, man, please follow me on Twitter. It's JC Sports Talk 20 for B Dog, for Brian Dawkins, my guy. JC Sports Talk 20 on Twitter, because I am on Twitter all day because I do have one of those jobs after I finish sniping people, I jump behind the desk, you know what I mean, and snipe away on my computer. So I'm able to like follow all these Eagle reporters and be tweeting stuff out. And I tweeted this out earlier that Zach Pascal is the most underrated signing for the Philadelphia Eagles. He was the first wide receiver that we signed, and everybody was like, who? But then when I went back and watched his YouTube video that same day, this dude is what we wanted Jalen Reagor to be. That slot wide receiver, catches with his hands, physical, like big physical body. He's not afraid to get hit, and he's not afraid to go through the middle. That's what we wanted Jalen Reagor to be. And Nick Sirianni coached him, at the coach when he was with the coach, so he knows him. And I'm telling you right now, this dude could possibly, be him and Quez White, and Quez might be battling for reps. I think Reagor is either 4 or 5, but right now I might have to change my mindset right now because Zach is balling now. But then we got another guy, Deion Kane. Like, he could easily make a case to be the 4th wide receiver. So the Philadelphia Eagles are in a great position where we haven't been in decades, where we have too many good wide receivers on this team. Like, literally, we have too many good wide receivers on this team. Man, Lightning was, oh my God, almost got struck by lightning. Man, I can't believe I'm saying it. We like, oh my God, we can't get rid of this guy because he's too good. Oh my God, we can't get rid of this guy. He's too good. Even Colby, like, you know what I mean? He's a guy that needs to be on the roster to return kicks. But we're gonna talk about the 53-man roster. I know we're about to run along, but yeah, Zach Pascal could definitely be a third, battling for Quest for wide receiver reps.
Bro, at work today, it was slow. It was very slow. So I actually was trying to think about who we're gonna cut next. Now it's 20. It's down to 26 guys because it was 27, but we did trade Amadi. We did trade him.
Yeah, Ugo Amadi. Yeah, we traded him for a 2024 undisclosed
late round pick.
Yeah.
So now it's 26 guys, right? So
with 26 guys, what?
Huh?
26 guys where? What do you mean?
That we got to cut after Saturday.
Oh, yeah, because we got to get to 53.
Right. So we get on that a little bit later, but I do want to answer Grandizer question. I think that it is Hurts don't really have no excuse this year. I think that Hurts could be a tad bit better or could be better than what he was last year, but he has no excuse to have this team, less than 10 wins. He can't. Because if he does, then look, we're looking for another quarterback. And that's simple as that. I'm a Hurts fan right now because I applaud my black quarterbacks, but at the same time, I'm a realistic person to the point where I'm an Eagles fan first. And being an Eagles fan, I want the right guy that's slinging the rock for me or scrambling, getting yards or whatever like that. I cannot sit up there and rely on him to develop if he's not showing progression. You know what I'm saying? So, and Grandizer, you follow me on Twitter as well. Because you can follow me on Twitter at KingDV Sports. It's right underneath the screen here. But at the same time, I think Zach Pascal could be that number 3 receiver. I think that Nick Sirianni will probably push for it because he knows him. He knows him, and I think he will push for it. It all depends on Quez at the end of the day because Quez had a hell of a training camp too. So I think that Quez is his for the taking, but Zach Pascal is there because he had some yards after catch. He had today. He showed his quickness, his speed, and he was all over the field today, especially on 707. So that's what I'm saying. He could be that third guy. He could.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. Hey, Grandizer. Hey, you already know, man. Look, when we start talking about the Eagles, there's no time limit, buddy. But look, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you from day one. being loyal, coming here, making me keep my head up, But I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. If you got to bounce, man, thank you very much. And I'll see you next time on live. But let's go.
Yep. So I do want to talk about this defense real quick. We got a couple more topics to get into. But I do want to get into this defense, man. Against the Browns, the defense really was like letting them just walk down the field and score and everything like that. We only won by 1 point. Do you believe that the defense is doing poor in preseason games right now because of Jonathan Gannon, or is it the players, the lack of talent of players in that second team?
Neither. I mean, it's preseason.
Yeah.
The Lions went 4-0 in preseason, went 0-16 in regular season. The Browns went 4-0 in preseason, went 0-16 in regular season.
Right.
Preseason is not a time where you say, wow, this defense sucks. Wow, this offense look good. Because on both sides, these are watered down play callings, period. I mean, these are not play calls that you're going to see during the regular season because the guy's going to be different. The scheme is going to be different. Preseason is to see who's going to make this team or not. Like, who's going to be part of, and besides the superstars, who else could come along for the ride? Who else is going to make this team? Who's going to make the special team? Who's going to be the backup to the Slay, to the James Bradbury? You know what I mean? To the starters. That's what preseason is about. Like, it's not about, hey, let me see what kind of scheme that we're about to run this year and give you my prediction how good the defense is going to be. It's just to evaluate guys in a competitive situation, who's going to be on this team. That's it. So I don't think it's neither of those. I think Gannon is saving his best for this season. And we could, judge him when the season starts. But right now, I won't judge him at all.
I'm not judging the starters. I'm not judging who we know is already on the roster. And I'm judging the people, like I said, what I was looking for in the preseason. I was looking for who really wants it. That's why I'm leaning towards the players, because I feel like that the players really weren't tackling against the Browns, really weren't tackling too much against the Jets either. But y'all trying to fight for a position on this roster, and y'all not really giving us something to be like, oh, only a handful of people that I could think of. Whatchamacallit had a good game. What's his name?
What position? What position?
Blankenship. He had a good game against the Browns, but at the same time, we need to get back to who's hungry to be on this roster. That's why it was a little bit hard for me with the 53-man roster limitation. I needed to see and know who deserved to be on this roster at this point. I don't think that a lot of people are going to make this roster. I think some people are going to be heartbroken that, certain people got cut or put onto the practice squad or the pup list or whatever. So I say that to say this, because you said that it wasn't either. I said that it was more on the players because I want to see some hunger to point where we have a good understanding on who's who. Now is hard. It's really tough. But one of the players that were talked about was Miles Sanders. And it was also because Kenyon Drake became available, and then also it was a Kareem Hunt, whereas though that got put to rest, basically saying Kareem Hunt, the Eagles weren't interested in him and things like that. That's what it said on Bleacher Report today. So my question to you is, are the Eagles fans losing hope in Miles Sanders? And I know we're not, but do you feel them on why they are losing hope?
Well, the thing is, with Miles Sanders, he has to be available. I mean, out of sight, out of mind. I
Yeah.
mean, that's the phrase that they use in the military. Like, get out of sight, and I won't put you. I won't have you make a pick up trash over there because we don't have nothing to do right now. Just go away until I call you. So Miles Sanders is not on the field. So are Eagle fans losing hope in Miles Sanders? I really think once he get back on the field and start running the ball, the first game he scored 1 or 2 touchdowns. Oh wow, thank you. We kept Miles Sanders, but then if he don't be on the field, then he's not on the team. So that's the only reason why. Yeah, Kareem Hunt situation. The whole flirting with Kareem Hunt. I mean, it's a pipe dream, because he wants to get paid, and the whole Kenyon Drake thing. I mean, it's okay, but we have enough running backs on this team. Our offensive line is that good where Boston Scott, Gainwell, Huntley could do the job because it's all on the offensive line. We don't need a stud, a Barry Sanders, back there, or a King Henry back there because we got a great offensive line, that could move people, so we'll be fine. So Miles Sanders is Eagle fan losing? Yes. Yes, they are because he's not available. He's not on the field. We don't hear nothing about him besides he's on the end. He's not practicing today. He's not practicing today. He's not practicing today. He's not. That's all we've been hearing. Like, we about to forget his name soon if you don't practice like before the season starts. We about to say, oh my God, is he gonna get traded? So yes, they're losing hope. Am I losing hope? No. I still think that Miles Sanders is the best running back on this team. And when season comes around, I do believe that the training staff, that Nick Sirianni is keeping him out just to make sure that he's 100% healthy, just like they did with Devontae Smith. So
Okay. So Shane Steichen actually came out and it talked about it. He basically said that Miles Sanders is our number one running back. He said that he has a lot of trust and faith in Gainwell and Boston Scott. He also said that we really don't need that Jordan Howard type with the offensive line that we have. We don't need that because it's going to be more of the running backs in the passing game, and also they're relying on Miles Sanders to come out and have a huge year. A better year than last, at least. But at the end of the day, Miles Sanders doesn't have a lot of Eagles fans because of the fact that he's injured, and a lot of people don't know why he's not playing, he's not practicing, why he's not in these joint practices. They said that it's not serious, but it's a lot of precaution. It's a lot of precaution because how we are doing these practices and everything like that, it's kind of different from other teams and everything like that. So you want him to be 100% or close to 100% after, like, this whole preseason thing roll over. You don't want it to be to the point where we're still wondering when he's going to play. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really concerned about Miles Sanders. I already said on my video on my channel that if we were to, hypothetically speaking, if we did trade for Kareem Hunt, it would have to be for Miles Sanders or like, because he wants to get paid and he wants to be the number one back. Period. Now, Miles Sanders, like we always say, 5.5 yards per carry. Like, what can you do, or how can you sit up there and justify that? But just, he's injury prone and everything. That running backs are injury prone. Period. We had a lot of running backs in this league that actually got hurt and try to bounce back. Some bounce back, some didn't. But it's just luck of the draw. But at the end of the day, I still believe that Miles Sanders could be our guy. I believe that Miles Sanders is going to sit up there and step up because this is his final season with us if he doesn't.
Yeah. I agree.
So I still believe in Miles Sanders as long as he's healthy. Facts, Carlton. Facts. But if you're not following any of us on this Showdown podcast or anything like that, you're not following JC channel, JC Sports Talk on YouTube. Myself, King DV Sportsman, we talking Eagles all day. We do have our differences with NBA, and that's kind of fun because we get to debate. We debate a little bit about the Eagles because we could have difference of opinion, but at the end of the day, it's always bird game. It's always go birds. So, but last but not least, I do want to get into this last topic, man, because we're a little bit over an hour. 53-man roster. I'm not going to go through who I wrote down, everybody that I wrote down, because that would take forever. But I say that to say this. On NBC Sports, and it was kind of interesting to see on the website, they were basically saying that Tart was going to be out. How do you feel about that?
I can see that. He came. What?
He was only out for personal reasons, though.
We'll see. Because I believe that he's having a great, a great camp. Anthony Harris, I haven't heard a lot about him, but he does know the system. This is his second year in the same system.
Right.
Kavon Wallace, to me, him and Epps are battling right now because I really feel like Kavon Wallace might be on the chopping block to go to the practice squad. But Tart, to me, this year is like the only year I really don't care about the safety position because I feel like that our corners, even our slot corners with Maddox, with James, and with Slade that we got, and then our front, a front seven is gonna, be able to pressure the quarterback enough where the safety that should literally be like just waiting for an interception because of a tip pass up in the air. Like it shouldn't be like nobody like running that fast behind you because our front seven is going to get to the quarterback, but we still, it's still, the weakness of the team is a safety position. But to me, I would leave Epps and Harris and then, and go from there.
I think they will leave Kavon Wallace as well because he's there. He's reliable.
He's actually not having a pretty, bad camp though. You know what I mean? He's having a decent camp, so he'll be on the team
because he's getting.
Tart might be the odd man out.
Right.
Yeah.
My concern, honestly, because this was hard for me, was the wide receiver position because like today, and I think it was the open practice too. They had Covey doing kick returns and punt returns.
Yeah, yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? But Deion Kane was also balling. I don't know if the Eagles are going to keep 5 or 6 receivers at this point. I don't know what they used to doing, but I know that a couple of those guys deserve to stay. And if we're not trading Reagor and not getting rid of Reagor, then who deserves to stay out of Covey or Kane? Because we already know Allen is probably going to be out because he got a lot to work on. He said it himself.
See, look, I made a list on Twitter, and I said our 6 wide receivers, first of all, will be AJ Brown, Smitty, Quez, Pasco, King, and Reagor. Kane and Reagor. Those are the 6. And then Covey, you'll bring up on game day because every game day you're allowed to bring up 3 players, I believe. You know what I mean? So you could bring him up on game day to return kicks. They still practice against this, the practice squad. Like it's not like the practice squad is nowhere to be found. You know what I mean? So they still practice against these guys that's on the practice squad. And they expanded the practice squad from 13 to 16 this year. So you have more slots. So I do believe that. But if we are only keeping 6 and we're not bringing none on game day, I believe that man, I hate to say it, but Kane and Reagor, that's my top 6 without Covey in there. So because Reagor, unless Reagor get traded, he's not getting cut. So take that out your head. Reagor is not getting cut, no way, no how. And Kane would not survive the practice squad. The minute you cut him, once he clear waivers, a team is going to sign him into their practice squad and probably offer him more money. And he might say, unless he's a Boston Scott. Boston Scott was on practice squad for a while. And other teams did try to go after him. He said, no, I want to be right here. So he stayed on the Philadelphia Eagle practice squad, and he finally got his chance to shine against the Giants 2 years ago. So I believe that Kane, the Giant killer. So Kane, to me, if he doesn't make the 53-man roster, he will not survive the practice squad. Allen will survive the practice squad. Covey, I don't think he'll survive the practice squad. So now you're left with Rager returning punts again.
Right.
I mean, he could do that, but that's the weakness right now. Out of all three phases, the offensive, defense, and special teams is the weakness of this team right now. So I want Kobe to stay, but my 6 wide receivers are Brown, Smitty, Quest, Pascal, Rager, and Kane. If not, then Kobe. Kane or Kobe is the toss-up right now.
It is the toss-up, but I like Kane a little bit more just because he can make plays. He has a rapport with a couple of quarterbacks on our squad or whatever like that. So I really think he will measure. Then he got the height. So I think that he would be a good backup to like an AJ Brown or whatever like that if case may be worst case scenario happens. As far as Rager, I have him still there. I don't think we're going to trade him, but I didn't like the fact that it came out that he was overweight or he was not, in shape. Rager. It came out. What was that? August. One of his interviews, he was basically saying last year, I think that he wasn't in shape. So he said this year, since Nick Sirianni put it out on the table that he's fighting for a position, that his mindset humbled him, and he wants to go out there and fight for a position. Now, my question to you, because you were saying that Rager is going to stay and everything like that, do you think that he done enough?
Yeah.
Besides being a number 1 draft pick, do you think he done enough to be or deserve to be in that rotation?
Well, it doesn't matter what I think.
I'm just asking your opinion.
I mean, look, in my opinion, that he needs another year. Like, he needs to be on this team for another year. This is the first year where he came into training camp mentally, even though he still had a death again. This dude is only 23 years old. And every year it seems like that he's dealing with a death. Like at 23 years old, what was you doing at 23 years old? Me, I was in Iraq, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? So, but Rager, have dealt with death every year he's been in the league. So, and to be that young, you don't know if he ever faced those situations before, and now to be a celebrity, basically. And now you're dealing with that and, the trolling on Twitter because he is 23. So, yes, he got social media. And, that could play a lot with your psyche, like Jalen Rager that one year. Everybody forget that Jalen Rager's second year that he took some mental health days off. And I believe it was before the season started or during the season that he took mental health days off. Like they say, hey, he's dealing with a lot right now. And he didn't play for at least 2 games or whatever it was. So it happens. But everybody focused on Rager, year 3. He had Torrey Smith and he had Alshon Jeffrey and he had Zach Ertz. He wasn't that guy. He wasn't asked to be that number 1 dude. So this year, Rager, what's the dude's name? Oh yeah, Rager. I'm like Nelson. Yeah. So this year, Rager is in the exact same situation. Year 3, you're not asked to be that dude. You are a number 4 at best because now you got Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, Dallas Goedert, and if you play the slot, if you and Quez Watkins change up, you're still the number 4th option. So now you're not asked to do a lot, and you probably gonna have the worst of the worst covering you now. So now you could feast. Well, all right. The thing I'm seeing from Rager this year, he is battling. He's talking to media like he didn't do last year. He's diving for balls in training camp, in preseasons. Even though if it's short, he's still diving for it. He's still making an effort to go get it. I wasn't seeing that last year. So that's why I have hope for Rager. But at the end of the day, it's what Howie. Howie is not cutting JJ and Rager in the same offseason. It's not happening, folks. It's not happening. Howie gave us enough. He gave us Reddick, Kaiser White. He gave us AJ Brown, Davis, Dean, James Bradbury. He gave us enough to take the heat off for him for Rager. So right now he's hoping that maybe I could buy myself another year, keep Rager, and see if he could be the guy that I thought that I drafted him to be. So I still see him on this roster, and I think that he'll be fine.
I think Rager is going to stay on his roster as long as he can. I don't think he won't be traded even before the trade deadline or after the season. I think that he's going to show out because injuries does happen, things happen to the point where he can step in and be that guy that the opposing team didn't game plan for. You know what I'm saying? So he could be that switch hitter for us. But I do not, and I repeat, I do not want him doing kick returns or punt returns. I do not need that in my life, man. It was so stressful watching him last year back there. But I do want him to be in the rotation of these receivers. Hopefully that they keep 6 because I need my man Deion Kane to be there. Because he's been balling, especially with Senate. Speaking of Senate and the quarterback crew, I think Carson Strong is on his way out.
Well, he's on his way to the practice squad. Yes.
Yes.
He'll definitely be on the practice squad.
But he'll be on the practice squad. But I don't think he's going to be in the rotation of quarterbacks.
And I don't think that Senate is. I don't think the Eagles will carry 3 quarterbacks on game day. I think that they will carry 2 quarterbacks on game day, which will open up a spot for an actual wide receiver.
True.
Or actual running back. Because last year, I don't remember me seeing a lot of third string quarterbacks out there because Hurts was out there and then Minshew. So, and then when Hurts got hurt, and then we dressed, Minshew's backup. But I don't think we had a lot of 3 quarterbacks on the sideline during a game day. I may be wrong, but in order to keep a Kane, a Covey, you need to cut fat somewhere else. Where's that fat at? Quarterback. I think that Jalen Hurts is healthy enough, knock on wood, healthy enough with Minshew that we can go into some games with only 2 quarterback,
right.
And then have an actual wide receiver for punt return, kickoff return as Kobe.
Right. And if we keep Covey back there, I think that we'll be okay. Special teams.
Yeah.
It's just on the opposite side of the ball, whereas though that we give up too much yards, especially in this, our preseason. So I think that overall, I think that we need to trim the fat, like you said, elsewhere to try to keep the guys that is going to win us games or make a difference on this team, and not just for position, but just for backing up the guys that's starting, basically.
Yeah, I mean, even linebacker. I mean, we have about 6-7 linebackers that easily could be dressed on game day. But are we gonna bring up 7 linebackers? With the Kaiser White, Hassan Reddick, with Dean, with TJ Edwards, with Bradley, with Taylor, the 6. So who am I missing? So about 6 linebackers right now.
Yeah.
I could think of. So are we going to dress 6 every game? I don't think so. I think we might dress 5. So now who's the odd man out? Bradley, Taylor. So I don't know. Last year it was easy because Taylor was hurt, or Bradley was hurt. One of them was on practice squad, like the pup list. In the tight end position, Tyree Jackson, he made that choice easy for us. He's on the pup list.
Right.
So now we got Goddard's, a Jack Stahl and a Catatera. So I think there's one more, but I don't. He's gonna make the
It is
team.
one more. He's not gonna make the team.
So he's not gonna make the team.
No.
So I mean, we have depth enough to go into game day with about 3 or 4, and still have enough, like to feel comfortable enough. If this person goes down, we still have this guy, that could play as good or that could fill in for him in the meantime.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it all comes down to after Saturday. But I think they got into the 30th to make that decision. And I know the final
When's our
place
preseason game? Is it
the 27th
Saturday?
on a Saturday. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll be in Miami too, by the way.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I'm going to Miami on Friday. I'm going to Miami on Friday. I'm not going to a preseason game, but it's my fiance's birthday, so if we're gonna go waste money. Like I be telling, hey, we're gonna go waste money because I don't want to go, but we're gonna go waste money in Miami. So, but yeah, so I definitely be in Miami. But yeah, I can't wait to see like who actually is on the 53-man roster. I haven't done a video where I've made my prediction that Eagles win. Yes, I kind of said it on, like if I was held hostage to say the prediction, but I actually want to do a video where I break down every team, why I think that we're gonna win, why I think we're gonna lose, just based on their improvement, like the Lions, like the Jacksonville Jaguars. So once the 52-man roster is set, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. I'm gonna hold you to that, man. But man, that's all we got for y'all this episode, man. It was another successful episode,
yes, sir.
man.
As always.
Tell them where they can find you at, JC.
Man, look, hey, check this out, man. You want to follow me on Instagram, on YouTube, JC Sports Talk, on Twitter, JC Sports Talk 20. Twitter and Facebook is JC Sports Talk 20, Twitter and Facebook. And then on YouTube and on YouTube and on IG is JC Sports Talk. But this upcoming season, I'm telling you right now, next week, remember that guy from Good Morning America that was like, the Eagles are going to Super Bowl, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. Like, he was on Good Morning America. He will be on my channel next week. I reached out to him. He accepted the invite. So I'll be real quick with them. It might be a premiere where, I record it and then just play the next day as a premiere. Okay. But yeah, so he agreed to be on my channel. He agreed to come for about 10, 15 minutes. I still got the Zach. I don't want to mess up his name real quick. Let me see. But next week, I have my guy, Chris McPherson, the guy that runs the Eagles Twitter. Like the Philadelphia Eagles, he'll be on my channel next week. So I got a lot of things cooking, this upcoming weekend during the season. So please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. Not only in my channel, but to both of our channel, because we are going to have a show on Sunday mornings, pregame show, that we do have a couple more people that will be part of the show. So you want to subscribe and follow on all platforms as much as you can on both of our channels. So yeah, it's what I have going on, man.
And myself, man, I'm on Twitter heavy, man. Just follow me at King DV Sports. You can follow me on Instagram at _King DV Sports now, because King DV Sports was taken. I don't know from who, but _King DV Sports. Also on Facebook at King DV Sports. I'm on there heavy too. Just talking in groups and of Eagles groups and also my Sixers, of course. Here on YouTube, I talk Sixers and Eagles all day. You can say I'm 2 for 4 with the Philadelphia teams, man. I do root for the Phillies when they win and things like that. I'm kind of a bandwagon there, but at the same time, we got a lot of stuff cooking, man. JC got his own thing, man. I got to start to, reach out to people to get my own thing going and popping, because I just started this YouTube thing in February. So I'm trying to get there to the point where I can get my name out there. So yeah, if y'all please just subscribe to both channels, man. Support content creators, especially Eagles. It costs you free $99, and yeah, it doesn't cost you anything to like, comment, subscribe, ding the bell for notifications, share the content. You know, we not asking for no handout. We don't have no GoFundMe, nothing like that. So it's just one of those things where as though that we enjoy what we do, and that's all I got. That's all I got, man. But look, as we both like to say, man, we out. I say peace.
Go Birds.